Hello everybody, Jelsa Farmer here and welcome back to my channel. So, a little delayed top mods of the week review today, but anyhow. So these are my five favorite mods of last week between 7th and 11th of December 2020. You may agree, you may disagree, that's all up to you, but these are the ones I have found. So first one, we got this bad boy here. This is the John Deere 8760, 8960. This is by Sid Modding. It requires only 10.16 megabyte. So really low on the megabyte and also on the slot. For us console players, that's a good news. You can have it with or without the 3-point hitch on the back. You have several different tire options. You can choose the color. Either I choose two different, but it's a little bit difficult to see. But one is new color and one is old color. And you can also change the exhaust pipe. Yeah, this one with some big fat Mitas tires, and it's really cheap to buy. Now this one you will find on vehicles and large tractors. There we go. As I said, this is 14 slots, and once you buy one, the slot count drops to 1. It is cheap, 79,900, but just bear in mind that when you go into it like this, it already, without doing nothing, it's costing you 99,000, and that's because of the wheels here. So now we are on Trelleborg Duals, and the cheapest tires I have found is, I think it was on the Trelleborg. No, Mitas, let's see, 60, these ones. So that's the cheapest one I found, but anyhow, 96,000 for a 370 horsepower. So, yeah, main color, new, used one, or used two. So the sign color is the tip of the hood. So you can see it's a little bit different color. And also on the roof. You can have an extra fuel tank on the back, like so. Wheel brands, yeah, we have talked about Mitas. You have duals with or without weights. You have the big fat flotation tires, and that's the cheapest one. Yeah, of course. Oh, now I see. This is like the Fendt with the price on the color. So if you take used to, that's, so if you take the used colors, that will drop down significantly. So look now, maybe this is the cheapest options. 67,000 if you take used color. Good to know, good to know. And you have Trelleborgs, you have all the way up to triple with weights. The sign, that's the exhaust pipe, so either black or with a bronze, silver pipe, and then back to standard. Attachers, it comes with a standard pin hitch, trailer hitch on the back, or you can have it with a PTO, or PTO and a 3-point link. Version, here it is either standard or US version, which puts those, I think they are indicators actually, or standard Aussie version, Aussie extended. I don't know what that did, but anywho. Windows, you have regular or tinted. Engine setup. Now weirdly it dropped down to 300 now. And 370. Okay. So if I want 370, then it's 119. Okay. Green star, that's GPS. Two different options. We don't have GPS on console, so you're better off without it. Additional front lights, with or without. So there we go. Yeah, as I said, the price. Let's now try use 2 on that one, use 2 on that one, and we take some cheap wheels. Maybe on this one. No, it was. Oh, sorry about this, but you know, it got me a little bit confused. I think maybe it was this one. So now we're down to 79,000, and yeah, for 370 horsepower. So let's jump in. And the sound on this one is also really nice. It has like a 2 different sound when you start it up, and then it's changing a little bit. Lights, indicators. I don't think it has any beacons. No. But yeah. And you can open the door, L1, R1, right stick, left and right. Also turns on the light. You have an exact time on your radio, 1428. It's not the fastest tractor you will have, but it's not supposed to go fast. This is made for pulling big equipment, big heavy equipment. So yeah, really nice. And the sound, crispy. So that's the John Deere 8760 and 8960 by Sid Modding. I think I'm gonna use this for the next mod. Next mod on my list is this one. This is the pellet box by Mortengern Bauer. It is 5.42 megabytes. It was a little bit disappointing when I first tested it out, but I think still this is one of my 5 best mods for last week. It says in the mod hub that this will produce your own wood pellets. With the pellet box you have the options of processing wood chips into pellets. So my first thought was, yeah, we can drop wood chips in here and get wood pellets out of here. But it's not. This is a sell point, but it will give you a good price. It will give you at least 50% more than what the map, sawmill or other sell points are giving you. So if we go in here, and you can see, don't mind the edge grain wall because that's one I placed down. But the sawmill here is paying 211 for wood chips, and the pellet box is paying almost 400 and rising. Yeah, and you can open all these doors here. You cannot do anything inside, but and you have light switches both on this side and also on this side. open this one. Yeah, there we go. So, and this one also, it's pretty nice detailed. It's only 5.42 megabytes and the slot count is only 4. So this one you will find on the placeables and miscellaneous. There we go. Lizard wood chip sales, 35,000 to buy, 4 slots. So let's test it out. And also you can see the trigger back there, and it's actually, there you go, already there you can drop the wood chips. You don't want to go all the way here because then you lose the trigger. And now I'm stuck. There we go. So let's, you see the money is going up, so you don't have to wait until midnight or so. So for 30,000 liter of wood chips, you should get pretty good paid, 11,900. So this could be a good option if you want to do, you know, wood chips on a map where the sawmill is not paying that much, and maybe if you're doing seasons, if you want to do wood chips out of the high seasons, maybe. Anywho, that's the pellet box by Morte Gernbauer. There we go. So moving on. Next one is a big one, or to a man to be, it's a big one. This is the Precision Farming DLC. This make your virtual farm more eco-friendly and sustainable. The Precision Farming DLC, a project founded by EIT Food and led by John Deere. So this will make you know, your field work a little bit more precise, and when it comes to liming and fertilizing, it's a whole new gameplay, so to speak. You will get a whole lot of help with taking soil samples of your ground. And also, just to say this, I just tested it a couple of days, and first day it was a disaster, but I got the whole of it, some partly. So with this DLC, you also get this John Deere Gator. You got a soil sampler, Isaria Scout. You also get 2 buildings. You can choose whatever of these 2 you want. What these actually doing is that you see on the top there, that is like a GPS antenna, but on console we don't have GPS, but it's supposed to help out your workers when they are working on your field, you know, to send signals to them on where to fertilize and not to fertilize. So these 2 buildings will do the same. It's just that this is a little bit bigger and it's also a shed. You don't need to buy this one. As long as you have a tractor with a 3-point link on the back, you can connect to this one. Now the whole DLC, by the way, is of course by Giant Software. It's 20.91 megabytes, so not that big actually. The car, or the Gator, or what do you call it, you'll find on the cars. This one is 13 slots. You can change it to have a 3-point like this, or an ordinary vehicle. I haven't tested the back there, but looking at the description below there, you can fill it with more or less everything. 460 liter. The Scout, or the soil sampler, you will find under tools and miscellaneous. all the way back, I think. There we go, 17,000 to buy. This one is one slot only. The buildings, they are on the placeables, miscellaneous, yeah, placeables and miscellaneous. There we go. These buildings were one slot each. So yeah, there we go. I would suggest at least to have the small one. So that's what I have done. I've taken the small one and I've bought this one. I don't bought this one, I just use one of my farm tractors. And also it changes a little bit in your menu. As you can see on the top, if you tab one right, you don't get any information yet, but you can see on the right side you have 4 different soil type: loamy sand, sandy loam, and silty clay. And as far as I have understood it, loam is the best one, and silty clay is the worst one, I think. But what you also can see, if you want to buy a field, so let's say, then we need to go in this menu. So let's say I want to buy this field. You see on the left side it says some field info. It says how big it is, how much of the different types of soil it is, and the expected yield potential. So you see this one has 99%, which seems pretty good. I think over here we have some silty clay. Now this one is a little bit better, and this one is really good, 112% expected yield. And this one even better. Here you can see it's 92% of loam, so that's a good field to buy. I think some of them here are, I found one which were a lot of silty clay in it, but anywho, at least you can see what the expected yield are before you buy the field. So, but now you see I don't have any soil sample taken, so I bought this field here because this is just harvested. So let's jump in this one. And also I heard today that specific soil maps are only given out to the giants maps like Ravenport, Erlengrad, Felsbrunn, and a couple of others. Now all the other maps you can of course use this. The only issue is that yeah, there is like a generic soil map for all modded maps. If the mod or map creator wants to put in a specific soil map, which I see several maps are being updated today, but that means that you need to have a complete new save game. So if for example you are playing on South Brazilian map like I do, and modder he updates the map with the new soil, I need to get a complete new save game, or I can just use the generic soil map as is today. So with this one you press L1 and X to unfold. Now you can see the map, the mini map. It shows up a circle, so within that circle it will take a soil sample. So you press L1 and circle to lower it down, L1 and square to take a soil sample. And now you see on the map here I've taken a soil sample. So I'm just gonna take soil samples out of all this field, and you can drive with it down like this. And once I've taken soil samples of the whole field, then we'll come back. So there we go. I've taken 7 soil samples, and as you can see on the map, oh, didn't I take the last one? Yes. Should be taken all over the place. So why isn't it showing up here? Oh, I need to be on that, of course. So then you need to send them in for analysis. So you press L1 and triangle, and you get this message. Press yes, and then it's gonna take about 1 or 2 minutes, and then you will get the result. So let's just do like this, maybe. Oh, there we go. That was fast. 350 soil sample analyzed. Oh, okay, I'm on time 5 on the clock. But anyway, so if you're on easy, I think one soil sample is $50. If you're on normal, it's 100. Why is this on 5? Okay, anywho. So now let's go into the map and see what kind of soil we have. There we go. So here you can see the gray one here, that's the good soil, which is called loam. And then we have sandy loam, and then loamy sand. And then if you go right on your left stick, you get the pH values. And that's different for each type of soil, you can see. And also the different crop types demands a different pH level. And then lastly, or next lastly, it's the nitrogen. That's your fertilizer. So you can see I'm all red here, so that's pretty bad. And last one is the yield. So once you have harvested, it will come up a color here if it's good or bad yield. And if you press R3 when you are on the map or on the field, you get the economy analysis. So now you see I have used 350 for soil sampling, and actually $1 in vehicle maintenance. And so there you will get all your cost and your earnings. And I think the total amount once you have harvested is how much you actually earn by doing it. I don't know for sure. As I said, this is a pretty new DLC, and you can see on the bottom right corner there, the pH value here is okay but not perfect, and the nitrogen is low. So, but as I said, this one is a complicated one. There are a lot of professional players who had made really nice videos about this. Especially I want to give a big shout out to 2, and that is Farmer Klein and Virtual Farmer. They have done some excellent videos on this, and also Mr. CLP has done a 3-video tutorial on this one. So there we go, that's the precision farming DLC by Giant Software. So here we are, moving on. This is, let's see, this is the John Deere 8000 container carrier. And this is a forage harvester with a fixed IT runner on the back, so to speak. It doesn't have any back wheels, as you can see. It has some color options and wheel options. It's really nicely detailed. I really like this satin color. And the bucket or the trailer itself, it's not part of it, but I've tested it out with two different ones, as you can see also here, where the more or less a pallet or bale flatbed, which works perfectly. You also get it in white with a more chromy pipe. And this one is 41.52 megabytes, so a little high on the megabyte, but anyhow. This is by ER Shaba VSR Modding Sur, which also have some excellent other mods. This one you will find on the vehicles and forage harvesters. Let's see, yeah, there we go. It's cheap compared to the other big ones, which are like 360, 500, is 374. So yeah, it's cheap. Slot count, it's 44 slots. Compared to the other big guys here, it's pretty normal actually. Pretty low to be a John Deere, but anyhow. So here you can change the main color, like so. There are different green ones. I chose this one, satin green. You also have satin white. Design color, that's the pipe itself. Rim color, it's rim color. You have Michelin, Mitas, yeah, Michelin and Mitas. And you can change the front wheel like so. Also on Mitas you can change the front wheel. You have beacons, front beacons on the top, or front beacons plus one rear, and that's all the way on the back here. Underneath you can see, or with two rear, or only two rear. Engine setup. Excuse me. We have 640 horsepower, 760 and 880. And even with 880 horsepower, it's only 300,000 to buy. 880 horsepower. Well, this one has 1100. How about this big guy here? 620. And this is almost 500,000. So yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap, cheap, cheap. So let's fire it up. Indicators, and let's check out the beacons underneath there. Inside, and there is one camera, this camera, and outside camera, and the third camera is on the back side underneath the trailer. You cannot move this, but there we go. So let's L1 and down on the pad, pipe out. I just picked up a forage harvester header, and then you're getting chaff. And this is really nice, you know, when you are full you can, you know, just turn off the harvester, L1 and X to drop off the container, like so. Now what I found out is that this is, when you're backing up with this, it's not like backing up with a trailer, because I'm used to, if I'm backing up like this and I want the trailer to go to my right, I steer to my right, you know, but here it's the opposite. It's just like an articulated tractor, I would say. It's the complete opposite. So now I want to go this way, but it's going the other way. The wheels on the back are turning, as you can see. yeah, it's really special with no back wheels. So there we go. Really nice mod. This is by IR Shaba VSR Modding Sur John Deere 8000 Cotton Carrier. No, not cotton carrier, container carrier. There we go. So, last but not least, we have this one. This is a really great mod. This is a new semi-truck. It's called the TLX 9000. The author is Sonaco, but the manufacturer is 82 Square Studio. I have watched a whole lot of his live stream modding where he actually are making this live on YouTube, and he gets a lot of input from his viewers. He gets people in his live chat, you know, truckers that give him tips on how to put on or what to put on. And this has a lot of equipment. It's powerful. It has a really nice setup of lights, and yeah, it's just amazing. Whew. It's 34.04 megabytes. You have a lot of options. Now, I don't know if it's only my mod hub, but it's a little bit slow today, especially with this one. But anywho, here we go. It's 81,000 to buy. Slot count 19. It's cheap. There we go. Yeah, it's really slow, so I don't know if I can get all the settings through today. But anyway, you can change the rim color, and there's a whole lot of new colors. And also he has his lawn green colors from the Mow It pack. There we go. I choose it. It's gonna take forever, this one, so I'm not gonna go through all of it and try to change, but you have some configurations. I think there is a preset one. It's one of those menus, isn't it? Let's see if we can get at least the preset. Preset one, yeah, puts on a cover there on the front. You can also have a big grill. You can change the exhaust pipe and the air intake. You can have a PTO on the back. I know just by the green and red, blue hydraulic hoses there, he struggled a lot with that, but he made it. He made it, and you can change the main engine setup all the way up to 650 horsepower. Yeah, so as I said, maybe it's my mod hub today, but it's a little bit slow and it's lagging a lot, but you get the picture. There's a whole lot of options here. So let's just jump in it. Inside, really nice detail. And I mentioned it before, the last day he was modding this one, he asked the audience, or all the YouTubers that watched him, they asked him, what kind of pictures do you want me to show in the mod hub? Because he was supposed to release it there and then when we were watching. And I just put in the chat, maybe you could take a picture from the in-cab. And then he answered me, oh yes, Jelsa Farmer, good tip, I will take an in-cab camera picture. So this picture here is, well, it's not my fault or my credit, but anyhow, you have a bed, you have some options inside here. Let's see, you can open the windows, R1 and right stick up and down opens the window, not only that one, but both of the windows at the same time, and even the handle goes on the outside. L1 and right stick to the side, that's moving your fifth wheel back and forward. L1 and R stick up and down. I have not found anything that's changing. I thought it maybe were the lights, but I cannot see anything changing. Not inside either. No. But L1 and R1 and right stick to the side is changing the work lights. Maybe we should put out some lights. So you got this one with the small beacons. So here we go. So now you see the work lights on the top there. L1 and R1 right stick. You can rotate them like so. He has these kind of work lights on all his mods. These are a bit bigger than on the TLX 2020. And you have a beacon, so R1 and up on your pad. You have beacons there and up here. Indicators. So let's fire it up. There we go. So that's the TLX 9000 Semi by 82 Square Studio and Sunako. So that's my 5 favorite mods for last week between 7th and 11th of December 2020. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful or valuable in some shape or form, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel yet, please do. If you want to share this video, go ahead and leave a comment on what are your 5 favorite mods for last week. There we go. Thank you for watching and bye bye.